Here are 5 lessons that I have personally learned from becoming a father in my 20s, right? Yeah, I know the title of this video probably shocked a lot of you guys because not a lot of y'all know that I'm actually a father. I have a daughter. She's 16 months year young. And yeah, in the last 24 months has been a lot of learning myself and just learning about a lot about the world, right? Because it's like something that hits you and you just not expecting, right? But yeah, here are 5 lessons that I learned becoming father, right? I'm gonna have to think this through because this is kind of deep and very emotional to me, as you guys probably might not be able to tell, but it really is. The first lesson that I learned is patience, right? Patience, I will have to put that because why? As a father, uh, as a father, patience is something that is required to be able to raise a little species, right? A small human, right? You need a lot of patience, and you realize that not a lot of people know a lot of things, right? People don't know stuff. Like patience is very important, right? I can't really get to the root of why I think patience is important, but it's important. Why? Because like when your baby wakes up in the middle of the night and is crying, there's really nothing you can do, right? Because you are responsible for that little human that got up in the middle of the night and is crying, and you have to attend to her, or attend to him, right? So you need patience. You need some kind of patience to be able to do that, right? Because sometimes people are gonna lose their mind because like they can't go to sleep, they can't do things, that whatever. You need a lot of patience to be able to do that, not only with the baby but also with your significant other, because why? They just recently uh they had a huge like change in their day-to-day life. Like they just had a baby come out of them, and they're used to having a baby in them, and they got a lot of mental things going on with them, and you have to be patient. Yeah, so patience is number one. Patience is something that you don't realize that it's a skill that is needed until when it's needed. So if you already have patience, you set yourself, you know, you set yourself for success. Because why? It's not something that you have to learn. You're not gonna have any issues learning patience because you already have patience. Right? Patience is very important in other aspects in life, but I'm just talking specifically from this the topic of this video. So patience is that right there, and as well as uh, one of the things that I learned. Number two is time management. Right, I thought time management was I thought I had a lot of I was doing good with time management, but apparently I wasn't. Because why? Uh, everyone when you make your day-to-day schedule, you make your to-do list. There's always that gap in between that you might be scrolling on social media. I do it too myself. I run a business. I'm a business owner. I still do this myself. But when you literally have to attend to a human 24/7, a little human 24/7, there's no time to just be scrolling on social media. It's you're doing this, right? And whenever you get a chance to do stuff, all right, you gotta set your schedule. Now I don't set my schedule as time to do things. I set my schedule as to-do lists, and whenever I get a gap, I look at the amount of gap I have and pick one of the things on that list that can be fit in that gap. Instantly do it instead of scrolling on my phone, right? And so yeah, time management is another thing that I learned heavily, becoming a father, because it's something that it was a huge learning curve, because I thought I was good with time management, but apparently I wasn't, right? And the third thing I would say I learned from becoming a father is that I will honestly say it's something that you have to, it's new, right? It's something new, and you realize how much you need your parents when you become a father. Why? It's something new to you, especially if you don't have siblings. It's gonna be something that you have to learn, right? You have to learn parenting. You have to learn. So the number three is realizing how important you actually need your parents. As a parent, how important you actually need your parents as a new parent, right? Because a lot of things that I personally didn't know how to do, even though I raised my little sister, I was there as a babysitter. I babysitted to raise but not actually parented her. So it's a lot of stuff that I still had to learn personally from my mom on what to do when certain things happen. Uh, so yeah, you get to realize you get to realize the value of needing your parents as a parent, right? Because some people, like, they go out the house, they leave the house, nagging attitude, like acting as if they will never need the parent ever again. In which you can succeed, you can still succeed, but if you have that support system that you can lean back to learn certain things that you didn't know from people who have actually done the thing that you're currently doing, it makes the process even simple, way better, right? Simple. So that's the third. The fourth, I would say, is this is personal for me. Like, a lot of people might not agree with this, but I would say, as for me, for a man getting a daughter as their first kid, it softens you in a way that you look at women differently, right? I know that was kind of deep. The reason why I say that is because prior to me, like, I wouldn't say like I didn't care about women. Like, obviously that would be a lie, because how did she come in the picture? Right? How did my daughter come in the picture? So it's just that I wasn't, I would say, I want to say, it seems like I didn't care, but I genuinely didn't used to care that much about women emotions and, like, a bunch of other things. But like, having a daughter definitely helped me. Like, before I want to do stuff to other women, it brings me in a thought process of thinking like, okay, how would I feel if somebody did that to my daughter, right? And it has just overall changed me as a person when it comes to that, because like, I just treat women a lot better now. I mean, I don't know how to really put it into words. Like, this literally a video of me just thinking whatever comes to mind when it comes to the topic, and I'm, telling y'all. But yeah, in that picture, or in that saying, yeah, like, I treat women a lot better now than I used to before becoming a father, right? Just because I don't want karma to come back, right? I'm doing better. And another thing was the fifth thing. One thing that I learned is I didn't have a solid relationship with God. And I literally, not that I learned it, it's like some that was valid, but I had to build a solid relationship with God because of the foundation, right? I want to set an example and not. I want to set an example. I want to be the type of man. I asked myself this once. I'm like, hey, if my daughter, like, obviously when she's older, if she came back in the house and introduced me to me, would I approve of it? I thought about everything. Like, I thought deep for like an hour straight. I was like, yo, like, obviously, like, when it comes to like the money game, I understand. Like, when it comes financially, I'm ahead, right? I know that, like, but it's really not all about just that, right? It's not yeah, money. Like, people be like, oh, yeah, money buy happiness. Yes, it buy happiness. It buy tools that make you happy, but it's not really all about money. There's a lot more that comes to the equation than money. So I came to a conclusion that, hey, if my daughter came in somebody like me, I would disapprove it. Why? Because of these things that I had to change, and one of them was obviously not having a solid relationship with God. I was lukewarm Christ believer, and now I have a better relationship with God. I have, like, literally on my to-do list is like, hey, read the Bible, pray every single day. I have that. That's something I have to do every day, and yeah, like, I cut off all my vices, everything that I was doing that I know I shouldn't be doing subconsciously as a Christ believer. So yeah, those are the 5 things that I'll say I learned. There's a lot more to it. I have to make maybe a part 2 of this video, but there's a lot more to it than just this. That's the ones that I can think of the top of my head. But yeah, if you guys are thinking of becoming a father, just make sure the patience thing is number 1, man. You gotta have a lot of patience. Like, it's not even a joke. You gotta be willing to get to have your significant other go wild and call you crazy names and still be able to play your cool as a man. I'm like, hey, you said all that, but none of that fazed me. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to, she's crying in the middle of the night, say, hey, honey, sweetheart, I got this. Don't even worry. Wake up. Wake your ass up. Change them diapers, man. Like, do all that. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be real patient, bro. Like, yo, this is not a joke. So if you're not ready, especially if you're not financially ready, don't even do it, bro. Like, get your stuff together first, mentally, spiritually, financially, with the right person, of course. So yeah, I hope you got some value from this video. I'm gonna be posting this inside the community. But yeah, I hope you got some value. With that being said, like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys at the top because the bottom is way too crowded. Peace.